Let's move to Bangladesh, where threats of Islamic extremism are a symptom of deeper social and political problems. In recent months, various hardline Islamist groups in the Muslim-majority country have chosen actions of very violent and belligerent nature. Hateful speeches of many Islamic preachers in the country are inciting violence and chaos. Recently, Bangladesh police arrested one of the country's most popular Islamist preachers on charges of inciting militants, a report.
Amir Hamza, who is in his 30s, is one of a new generation of Islamist preachers whose firebrand speeches draw huge crowds in Bangladesh. In the Muslim-majority country, his YouTube video speeches get millions of views. However, this Islamist preacher has been arrested recently on charges of inciting militants in Bangladesh. Investigators had found videos of Hamza's speeches in the mobile phone of a suspect detained this month over an alleged plot to attack Bangladesh's parliament. According to Bangladesh police, Hamza was spreading misleading messages about issues of Islam. A Dhaka court recently allowed police to take Islamic preacher in their custody for interrogation in a case for spreading extremism in the name of religion. Amir Hamza is the latest high-profile Islamist to be held since March, when violent protests by hardliners against growing India-Bangladesh ties killed several people.
With regards to the arrest of the individual concerned, I have full faith and trust in the law enforcement agencies and the judicial makeup of Bangladesh. And I think that the country and its leadership is taking the appropriate steps to rein in those elements who use, the religion as a tool to propagate their agenda of hate, and they also instigate a lot of violence and destruction of life and other, resources of the country and the public. So I'm sure that the law will take its own course.
In 2019, Mizanur Rahmani Azhari, another prominent preacher, fled the country over fears he would be prosecuted for his remarks. In today's Bangladesh, these Islamists are aspiring to shape society according to their interpretation of what constitutes pure Islam. The radical preachers, many funded by Saudi Arabia, attempt to change the religious character of Islam in Bangladesh, eroding its secular culture, even the constitutional concept that guarantees the separation of religion and the state. With secular political parties like the Awami League forced to depend on the support of Islamists during the parliamentary and local body elections, it will take an extremely strong resolve on the part of progressive forces to prevent the country from being overrun by Islamists and their ideology.
One thing we'll have to keep in mind is that there was always a portion of the society of the then East Pakistan prior to 1971 who collaborated with the Pakistani establishment, and they were hand in glove, with other religious extremists who propagated this culture of hate and imposition of a foreign language and a culture, on the Bengali people. So this section of society has probably still carried on and lingered on, and these are what we see are the reminiscences of those elements back from 1971. So obviously it is an erosion definitely in the liberal values in which Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman laid the foundation stones of the Republic of Bangladesh.
The growing traction of violent extremist ideology in Bangladesh poses a serious security challenge in the subcontinent. Current counter-terrorism efforts in Bangladesh have largely focused on the use of blunt force and suppression of political opposition instead of attempting to tackle the root causes and processes of radicalization. Dhaka remains rooted in a posture of denial regarding the activities of terror groups on its territory. To counter terrorism, Bangladesh needs to seriously solve its homegrown violence instigated by interference of Pakistani secret agencies. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government should reinforce the capability of its law enforcement agencies and build a political consensus against the threats posed by Islamic radical outfits.